Okay, in this video we are going to build a 1/30th scale trailer to go on the SCX30 Bronco or Jeep. So we're going to do the trailer and the trailer hitch. So that way you get an idea of how to build both of them. The trailer hitch fits the Bronco, and we're going to be putting it on the Jeep so it fits both of those. And then we're going to build a white trailer to go along with the Jeep. So anyways, we'll start with doing the trailer hitch first, and then we will build the trailer, and that way you'll get to see how to build both of them. That should be fairly quick. So first thing you do, obviously, take the body off, and if you look at the very back, there's a couple of really small screws right here. So we're going to take they hold the rear bumper on, so we're going to take those off. And they are fairly long, small screws, so do not lose them. You will reuse them, and without them this does not work. So take those off. Alright, we can set the body aside for a second, and now we've got the bumper. Just keep the orientation. You know, this is the bottom of the bumper because it has the little hole on the bottom side, and that's of course where you access the screws. So let's take the bumper or the trailer hitch kit, get out. You'll see a few different sizes of screws in here. We're going to use the original small screws first. For the Jeep, this is the first piece we put on. It mounts inside the bumper basically. Make sure you've got the orientation correctly. This is sort of, when it's on the Jeep, this will be facing down, but you want to watch for these little holes that are recessed. The original screws are going to go down in those holes. The outer holes, let's see if I can get that lined up. The outer holes are for the Jeep. The two inner holes are for the Bronco. So they're very specific to which one you're putting it on. We're going with the Jeep, so we're going to put it in the outer ones. The screws will probably just slide down in there. If they don't, be very careful. Don't do a whole lot of reaming or anything like that, because there's not a whole lot of material there. But should just be able to take that and slip it right in, and making sure that it's lined up here. Again, this is the hole, the bottom side of the Jeep, the bottom side of the bumper. Make sure you got your orientation in there. So from there, you just want to continue feeding those screws on through until you see them barely poke out. Now take the body and go ahead and line it up with the original holes, and from here screw it down. Now this is plastic on plastic. We are putting plastic pieces together, and we're screwing down a metal screw. So we don't want to screw it down real tight. You don't want to strip anything out. You don't want to break any of the plastic parts. So all you're doing is just screwing it down until basically the head is flush with the plastic. Again, with as small as these are, you don't need a 180-pound torque on the thing. You just want to snug them up. When you start feeling a little resistance, that's when you can stop. And that should be it. So this should be the way it looks from the bottom. You got these sort of rounded sides right here. Next piece we're going to use is this right here. This is going to go right on top. You notice it has sort of a curvature that matches the piece you just put on. So you're going to hold that in place. Use one of the long, these are M2x10s. They come in the kit. They're 1.5, and you're just going to tighten these two pieces together. And again, don't over tighten it, just nice and snug. Now the next piece is going to be, I don't know, I call it the hitch bar, drop bar, or something like that. I don't know what the technical term is. Most full scale cars you'll see are sort of in this orientation, and you would have a ball right here. For clearance purposes, if you're going to pull it around on carpet or whatever, you can do it right there and adjust it up or down 3 levels. But for off-road clearance, I like to turn it up, basically upside down like so. Line it up with that first hole, and then take an M2x6 self-threading screw, fit right through there like so. Next thing you're going to do, should have a couple of these, at least one, maybe 2 of these in each kit. It's going to be a, I don't know, a little recessed circle. I guess it's sort of like a washer or whatever. I include those because you really need that to act like a washer in order to connect it to my trailers. So I go ahead and basically just thread that other long M2x10 all the way up through it like so, and then it's just going to simply screw up from underneath. Now the trailer will obviously be put right there, so once we put the trailer together, we'll put this back on there. So I'm going to take it off right now, but that basically completes the trailer hitch. It goes right on the back on like so. Now I'll go ahead and mention this just in case you don't want to have this big thing sticking out because you're not going to pull a trailer or whatever. If you take this one screw out, the M2x10 that you put underneath, you can take that piece off, and the rest of this is recessed enough up under here to where it's not going to get in the way of anything any more than the bumper. So you can do that on, again, same thing on the Jeep and the Bronco, but that lets you take it off real easy. That way, if you're not going to carry the or pull the trailer around, you just take it right off and do your competition or whatever without the trailer, and then or without the trailer hitch. And then you can put it right back on once you get the get done. All right, let's do the trailer. The trailers, as of right now, they're not going to come with wheels and tires. I can't source them very well, but it takes a number of different sizes. You can put the stock Jeep wheels on. You can put the stock Bronco wheels on. These are some Proline, I believe they're Proline wheels. They look very similar to Broncos, but they're a little bit larger. There's another one that I don't have, which is even larger than it, and it's probably the largest one. I think they were mainly made for like the Jeeps and stuff. We test fit it, and it's good. What I'm actually going to put on here, these are actually Kyosho Mini Z 4x4 Jimny wheels and tires. Specifically the Jimny. They are right at, I think, 38, yeah, about 37 to 38 millimeters tall. That's about as tall as you want to get with the tire on the trailer. I think maybe a 39 might fit, but 40 is probably going to be pushing it. It's probably going to rub the fenders. You've got to put the trailer together real quick and simple. There's 4 of these M2 by 6 self-tapping screws. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to get them started. There's 4 holes inside the trailer. All right. If you notice the frame, there is sort of a top and a bottom. The way I normally mount it, if you look, there's a little bit of a recess right here. I put this on the bottom, It's thick, that way it's thicker back here, and the thinner part is going to be up towards the top. So there's sort of some built-in lights. The thin ones, little skinny ones, will be sort of the front, bigger square for the rear. You can color those in with a paint pen or something like that if you really want to, but just simply line those 4 screws up with the holes on the frame and tighten them down. All right, easy. Next thing you're going to do, whatever wheels you go with, the other thing is too, you don't want too much offset, meaning the wheel being set too far inside the wheel, because you've got this, there's not a true axle or anything, it's just going to ride on the screw. But if you have too much offset, it's going to bring that tire really close to the frame, or possibly rub it. So, like I say, the offset on these are pretty good. The original wheels, all that stuff, they're really good. So go ahead, and there should be 2 more of these M2x10s, the long screws. We're going to go ahead and basically just get that threaded on there. And again, since there's not bearings or anything, I usually just snug it up just a little bit, and then I start backing it off just until it just sort of rolls a little bit. That's it. And then I'll just do the other one real quick. All right, there we go. And that trailer is done. So now, like I mentioned, take your, from the trailer hitch kit, the M2x10 that you put the plastic washer, I guess, on. It's going to go through the trailer, and you don't have to tighten this all the way down, because you want it to have some play up and down and stuff. That way, as you're going over the hills and stuff like that, it'll fluctuate with it a little bit. And it would basically be the same thing. If you flip this over, you could go down through the top of the trailer if you wanted to run it that way. But as you see, this gives a bit more clearance. So other than that, they do come in, currently I think we've got, what, five colors? Where are we at? Yeah, because we've got a green that's similar to the green Jeep. We've got a blue that's similar to the Bronco. They're not going to match perfectly, but they are about as close as I could get. And then black and white and silver. So, anyways, I've been having a whole lot of fun with these things. I know the guys over at the shop been having fun with them. Also, be sure to check out Sleek RC site. We've got roof racks for the Bronco. We got accessory pack that you can get. Goes well with the Bronco, since they didn't really give the Bronco a whole lot of love. They gave the Jeep all the love, and then left the Bronco sort of plain. So anyways, if you want to spice it up a little bit, get you a roof rack, and the accessory pack comes with everything you see here, plus there's some recovery boards, sand boards floating around somewhere, which I didn't put on here. So anyways, I think that's about it. Feel free to post in the comments any additional colors you think you might want to see. I'll probably try to keep up with colors if they come up with more colors of these. And as of right now, making this video, the Jeep and the Bronco that they released towards the end of 2025, that's what I've tested these bumpers on, for those that have questions. So other than that, I think that's it. Appreciate you watching, and keep on crawling.